Mm. What's good with y'all? It's Prince Bonzi in the building. Once again today, coming at y'all with another video. Some light, you know what I'm saying? Hope to make this one a little bit quicker than the ones as usual. But hey, I always say I want to make it quick, then I end up talking a whole lot. So hey, if y'all know me in real life, y'all know I'm a talker. I ain't never gonna get up out of my DNA now. So today I want to talk to y'all about the true version of yourself that lives not beyond, but lives within your physical body, that governs your physical body and observes everything that's happening. Oftentimes we can get so absorbed in the world that we live in and think that we think that the individual who's experiencing this world is the true version of ourselves, when that's completely unfactual. The person experiencing this world is just one part of you, one part of the three parts of your body. All right, I can go into that further later on, but for right now, I'm just going to talk about the observer, the true version of you who's watching everything in the physical world happening to you, observing your emotions, your feelings, your desires, everything that makes up you on this earth. You know, I could go into detail talking about the different terminologies and everything, but I don't think that's important, because all of that is just knowledge. None of that is truly existent upon this world, you know. Not existent upon this world. More so, none of that really even matters. It's just feeding into your physical sense of your brain, trying to feed y'all spiritual sense. So let's go into this topic. What is the true version of yourself? I think a lot of individuals forget that you chose this life. You descended on this earth and you chose this avatar because you thought that you would be able to enact a certain purpose. Because you thought that... I'm going to pause this real quick. This is real important. And this lawnmower, and God bless him, he's doing his job, but it's going to inhibit my job, right? So let's do a little fast forward real quick. I'm obviously not going to edit this because I don't care enough, but we're going to just walk a little bit quicker away from this lawnmower, and so we can get to my true point, because I want y'all to hear this. This is important. I don't think a lot of y'all remember or realize the fact that you descended on this earth and you chose this life. You chose this avatar, you chose this character, you chose your parents, you chose every single aspect of your life that you haven't changed in this physical world, because you thought that you could enact a certain purpose, and you thought that this purpose would propel yourself in a further state. So whenever you sit on this earth and you reside in the physical, you reside in the right now and the past, or you reside in the future, and you stay out of the right now, trying to change aspects of your being that are within you at this present moment. These are all things that take away from your true self. Your true self is sitting back wondering why it's no longer in the controls. It's almost like you're playing Fortnite and you choose a skin, you hop in a lobby, and then all of a sudden the character that you chose, he's all around shooting guns and everything that you're not controlling him to do, and you're like, whoa, I ain't press LTRT, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell you to shoot, I didn't tell you to build. I'm supposed to be in control. And oftentimes people forget that we are the individual with the controller in our hand. We're not the skin that is out there shooting at people, so to speak. And when we go back inside and we remember our true selves, that we are the observer, we are the individual with the controller, we are not the controllee, then you realize how simple life is. Life is a lot more simple than what you make it out to be, because it can feel complex when you read different verses. Galatians 2:20, how you have the God that lives inside of you, and you try to tap into that God version of yourself all the time, and then you go back to the physical, you go back to the God version, you're going back and forth. But all of that doesn't really matter, because when you go back to the physical, You're supposed to. It's not something to be scared of. It's not something to be fearful of. It's not something to be scared of. It's not something to be fearful of. It's not something to lament about because you're not in a constant state of your God self. You are never supposed to be in a constant state of your God self. Because if you were, then you would just stay in the realm where the gods spoke too much. You would just stay in the realm of where you once were. And it's an important distinction to think, oh man, I'm always going to be in a physical sense, or I'm always going to be in my godlike sense. Like, it's never going to be in that area. You're going to be switching from back and forth. But it's important to remember that when you're in the physical sense, you're genuinely just there for enjoyment. You're there for experience. You're there for nuance. You're there to build yourself up, build up your godlike self. And it's not anything bad to be in the physical. I mean, if you wanted to, like I said, if you wanted to remain, if you didn't want to be in the physical, then you would have chose not to be in the physical. It's that simple. And you need to take a step back and realize the life that you chose, man. Realize that you had a purpose to enact. Realize that you had individuals that you were needing to touch. And all of that comes without effort. It's not supposed to be something that you strain yourself with. You're not supposed to be wondering each and every day that you wake up, damn, why am I here on earth? You understand why you're here on earth. That's why, the people who are the most calm within their understanding of themselves, maybe sometimes they don't even have a real clue about where they come from, or what ideas they're supposed to share with the world. They're just here to experience it, and they let loose, and they allow experiences to come to them instead of trying to have experiences happen. It's an important distinction because at the end of the day, we all know who we are. And if you really meditate and think deeply into yourself, then you can truly see who you are. You can see who you were before you descended onto this earth. And you can see that worrying about futile things is just, it's so useless. Worrying about anything is useless. You can feel worry in your physical sense, but allowing it to penetrate your being and touch the truer version of yourself is so useless because that is so below you. You're above all of that. You're in the state where you can worry about things that are super physical. And we get so wrapped up in the physical. And once again, it's okay for you to feel worried. It's actually helpful for you to feel worried in the physical sense. But when you allow it to penetrate your being, when you allow it to bog you down and keep you away from your true self, that's when it becomes a problem. So I implore you all to find that true version of yourself and to reside in it, but also to remember that you are on earth for a reason. Enjoy this physical body that you were given. Enjoy whatever you may on this earth, as long as it doesn't hinder you from touching your higher self. That's when it becomes a true problem and a true issue. Like Daniel Caesar said, I quote him a lot, man, I do, because he's got some real high vibration music. Don't forget you chose this life. Welcome to your paradise. This is your paradise, man. If you ain't think this was paradise, you didn't come down here. You had the choice. You had the conscious choice to be here. And you ended up here. So praise whomever. Thank whomever. Reside in the physical. Reside in the higher. And enjoy each state of being. Because life is enjoyment. You don't need any substance to enjoy life more when you realize that you came down here for the fear, fact, and joy of the beauty of this world. I mean, we made this, man. All these buildings made this. All the different healthcare, whatever, we made it. The IVs, the inhibitors that I had to order, made that, man. We made it all for our enjoyment, for our knowledge, for our understanding, for our furthering of this world. And I just implore you all to enjoy it, man. Shoot, bro. I hope y'all taking care of yourselves. Y'all been eating your fruits, man? Make sure y'all eating your fruits, bro. Drinking your water. Staying out in nature, dog. If you ain't out in nature every day, then you doing yourself a disservice. Get out in nature and enjoy. Have that pure enjoyment. Because that doesn't only touch your physical sense, it also touches your higher sense. So allow it to just reside over you. Prince Bonzi out. God bless y'all, man.